Nessa girl, I'm up bright and early this morning because this gonna be a Monday full of reviews, baby. I had to take that gold background down and put this black one up because that's the one that lets us take full advantage of the natural lighting. Y'all, for some reason when I use that gold background, I gotta figure out this camera stuff. It gets real dark. No worries, I bought more lights. They're on the way. Let me tell y'all about the anxiety that Insecure gave me. Y'all, last night I was up at 10 o'clock and I was like, okay, I'm finna watch Insecure. But then I was like, you know what? If I gotta watch it, I gotta take notes. So I'm gonna just go to bed and watch it in the morning. Child, somewhere around 3 o'clock in the morning, I could not sleep. I had to get up and watch Insecure and The Real Housewives of Potomac so I could come to y'all with the videos this morning. But I am glad that we are rolling into fall TV season and we got all these new shows coming out and we are welcoming Issa Rae and Insecure to the Funky Bunch. With that being said, Nessa girl, did you get into the premiere of season 3 of Insecure last night? Nessa girl, let me be the first person to say this. I am so glad when the show opened up and Daniel was in there hunching the hell out of who I thought was Issa, that it was not Issa. No, God, honey. Blackfish was in there making all kind of white fish noises, and I was too through. I was like, who in the hell do all that high-pitched squealing while they was having sex? I am sorry. That shit felt like a white people porno, and it was just nasty, bitch. Nasty. And another thing, speaking of nasty, I want to know how fucking childish is Daniel, and not even Daniel, the girls he having sex with. Who at this age can still have full-on, full-fledged, full vocal sex with other people in the house? Like, I am sorry, we not in college no more where, you know, yeah, you had 3 people living in the house and you had to do what you had to do. I'm not comfortable with my friends hearing me be that vulnerable. I'm just not. When I get into my on and on and some of the nasty shit I be saying to these niggas, I'm not ready for my friends to be hearing me, you know, be saying, oh girl, I almost told y'all some of the stuff I be saying. I got so excited, but that's how ashamed and embarrassed I am. I was just like, no, God, get some decency and some cool about yourself. But the gag is, when Issa went and asked Daniel, was he aware of the fact that she was there? And that nigga looked at her and was like, yeah. Like, that shit was hella awkward and I was hella embarrassed for Issa. However, I had to throw my hand in the sky one time for Daniel because his response to Issa says to me that Daniel is fully in control of his emotions and he really just don't give a fuck. Like, he's somebody who understands what the relationship between them is at the moment and what it isn't. And he's in control of things. So we thought. But the whole thing was very awkward. It was gangster though. Nessa girl, did you get into that bitch with them plastic pants on? Listen, when mama had her old hot, sweaty pussy ass in that damn booth and she was doing the, by the way, what have you done for me lately? Dance with them loud ass plastic pants. You know what them pants sound like? You remember when your mama used to buy you fruit roll up in your lunchbox, and when you take the fruit roll up yellow wrapper off the actual fruit roll up and it make that loud ass noise? That's what the fuck the plastic pants she had on. The noise she was making. Was that Don from Danity Kane? I wasn't sure, but the gag is homeboy that was sitting there next to Daniel was acting like he did something, talking about, yeah, dog, you know, I bought her them pants. Nigga, you need to get your money back and then some. That was hilarious. To me, that was a moment similar to those moments that, what's the boy that do Atlanta? What's his name? Whatever the boy that do Atlanta, his name is not coming to me right now. How he dropped them little funny moments in the middle of Atlanta that really got nothing to do with nothing. That's what plastic pants was. High-waisted plastic pants with the hot puss. That's what that was for me. That shit was funny as hell. Issa picking Molly up from the airport and then them going down to eat. Here's the thing. Is it me, or did y'all find it weird that Issa didn't go stay with Molly? You know what I'm saying? It's like Molly's house is way more comfortable. It's way more pussy. It's way more fishy, bitch. It's way more luxurious. You are completely truthful with Molly as it relates to your emotions, what you're going through, how you feeling about these dudes. It just seemed to me that Issa would have carried her ass around Molly's house. Then she wouldn't have had to worry about hearing sex noises and the neighbors knowing his name and bumping and grinding and come on and let me lick you up, knocking the boots, one night gigolo, and emotions that make you cry sometimes. Bitch, I just gave y'all a whole motherfucking Spotify list right now if you were smart enough and classy based enough to catch it. Y'all don't find it odd, and it's funny because we all got that real close friend that you like, bitch, I'm only gonna stay with this bitch come hell or high water because our personalities. But it just seemed to me that in the midst of what all Molly was going through, that Issa was going through, staying with Molly would have been her first choice. Or better yet, Kelly or one of the girls. But yet she runs to Daniel, and we're gonna unpack that a little later on in this episode. Daniel going around who I think was his sister's house to get that guitar. That was another one of those funny ancillary ass scenes, and I want to see more from the little girl when Daniel's, I'm assuming that was his sister, asked him, oh, so Issa staying at your house? How your girl feel about that? He was like, it ain't nothing. That door is closed. And she was like, well, who closed the door? And the little girl was like, bitch, I holler. It reminded me of the archetype of the little girl that was on Dirty Laundry. Pug, I think her name was. They only picked the best, so I gotta be the best. Do you want to see the routine? I love them little sassy little girl characters that just jump in, jump out, and bring you the punchline and or chorus that quickly. That shit was hilarious. I need her to keep doing what she doing. And I'm going to need the sister to go down to the latest Instagram and find somebody to braid that little girl hair because she was fucking her all the way the fuck up. Okay? Issa gets back to the house. And Daniel is there on his liquor with his guitar. He vibing in his zone. He doing his little thing. And he reaches over to kiss Issa. And the Fitz and Olivia love affair begins. Here we go with the shits. Quiet as it's kept, in that moment, I wanted him and Issa to fuck that place down. And low-key, I feel like Issa wanted it too, but I feel like Issa had to exercise some sort of get back and leverage because Daniel low-key hurt her feelings earlier on. Issa hurt his feelings earlier on. I had to see where I was in my notes. Issa hurt his feelings earlier on. I mean, he hurt Issa's feelings earlier on when she was like, hey, Daniel, were you aware that I was here? One thing I will say, I love the way Daniel handles Issa in terms of just being clear and concise. Well, I just thought about something. Daniel is clear and concise in his words, but then sometimes his actions get a little muddy. But I don't know, y'all. I still think Issa is largely to blame for a lot of the confusion that she is experiencing and Daniel is experiencing. And we're going to get into that a little later. Girl, we go from Issa almost getting kissed to Molly getting her pussy ate down to the counter, bitch. Yes, God, honey. Let me tell you one thing about it. The only reason why I don't mind Molly splashing juices all over the counter because she's a sophisticated working woman and mama don't cook anyway. She ordered Houston's takeout, okay, or Hailstone, depending on what city you live in. Bitch, Molly, when Dro tried to come up and have a little conversation with the lady, she was like, put it in your mind. Hey, y'all sing with me. Now you can lick it, you can stick it, you can taste it. I'm talking every drip drop, don't you waste it. Baby, slurp it up, it's enough to fill your cup. It's finger licking good, and I wish a nigga would go down kinda slow or even fast. I'll be sprung once I feel your tongue in the crack of my ass. Yes, I need a nigga going back like that. Such a tasty treat, and you can eat me out. Yes, God, honey, let me tell you something. One thing about it. I had went to a birthday brunch yesterday and was full of the brunch liquor, and bitch, all I had in my mind was visions of getting my box ate the way Molly did on that goddamn counter, bitch. I had to come home and touch myself 3 times like T-balls. I ain't afraid to touch myself. I don't need nobody. And, oh, you see I just rolled my kiki? I done fucked around and got hot again on this damn stool. Listen, Dro with that deep ass voice and them big ass lips, he can eat my pizza like it's the last thing on the menu. Okay, girl. Yes, honey, eat it and leave. Then they wake up down to the bed. They wake up down to the, oh, hold on, that ain't when they woke up down to the bed. Hold on, girl. Let me get my notes together. Yes, they did. I'm sorry. Then they woke up down to the bed and Molly was laying on top of Dro, and here is where things got serious for both Molly and me. Then Candace calls. And Dro answers the phone, says to Candace, I'm still at Molly's house. I'll see you later. Then Candace's whole mood and vibe changes. Now, here's the thing. Depending on the lens by which you look at their 3-way love affair, some people will argue that Dro is having his cake and eating it too. And on the surface, it does look that way. However, Dro is in a truly open relationship and is emotionally mature enough to handle the situation. Molly, in the other hand, in a perfect world, does not want that configuration. She wants a one-on-one monogamous relationship, and she has convinced herself, or at least tried to convince herself, that she could be a part of this triangle, and she can't because she's just feeling away when it comes to Candace. And I respect that. Like, everybody ain't cut out for this modern ass, that's cool, I gotta call her back. Everybody is not cut out for this modern ass form of dating, and I respect it. But the thing Molly is going to have to do is stop putting herself voluntarily in a situation to continue to get hurt. She can't handle this. And when she stood up and said, you know what, we're going to have to set boundaries. It's going to have to be, you know, just sex, no spending the night, this, that, and the third. That's not going to work for Molly either, because the thing about it is y'all have already explored. That can of worms as it relates to Molly's feelings have already been open. You already know what it feels like for that nigga to be deep inside you and you got your eyes closed and in your mind saying, I love you, and building the sandcastles in the sky. You know, unfortunately, I relate to Molly more than I'm willing to admit. Relationship-wise, romantic interest-wise, I always find myself in a Molly situation where I find people who would be perfect for me and perfect for my life, and we have chemistry and we look good on paper. But they are always in some sort of situation, albeit distance, job, current relationship, and or married, that prevents us from just being great together. So Molly girl, I understand your frustration, but I think you just need to let that nigga start coming to your house and climbing on top of you and doing his business. Because the thing about it is, if Molly and Dro move to just sex, I think her next complaint is the fact that she gonna feel like a hoe. I think that she is going to feel like this nigga get to leave his wife, come over here and fuck me, God knows whoever else, and I'm getting nothing for it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm curious to see how this Molly and Dro situation is gonna play out. Issa's boss. Let me tell you something. Whitefish let Issa ass have it. When Issa was calling the different programs that had, the different schools that had discontinued using their program for the after school program, I thought there was some very healthy feedback that she had received from all those schools. And I'm assuming Issa thought that she was doing a good thing by going in there talking to her boss and Frida and sharing the feedback. And that boss just basically ripped Issa a new one. You could see Issa just feel defeated in her self-esteem and pride and ego and everything go down the toilet. And Whitefish was just wrong, but it was a prime example of when somebody is upset with you and they're just committed to being mad with you. Like, that lady is so over Issa and so upset from them stunts from last season, from the previous school. I forgot what the fuck it was Issa did. Low key, she just want Issa ass out of there in this moment. The lady know Issa a good worker, but she just upset. And in this moment, all she want Issa ass to do is sit there and do desk duty. And Frida, you know, Issa, I don't know what all kind of corporate experience or jobs Issa has had in the past, but she is capturing that dynamic between co-workers and bosses so eloquently and so crisply on TV, because that is the way that shit plays out. And it's like, you know, her and Frida was homegirls. Now Frida is her superior, and it's like, yeah, homegirl Frida, I'm gonna need you to ride a little and help me out. But Frida like, listen, bitch, that's your check and your contract. This my check and my contract. And see, what I'm gonna do is, right, like, try to keep my shit coming in real steady, and you are the black sheep of the office right now, and I'm gonna have to distance myself from you just for a little bit until the block ain't no longer hot. And I dig it, and I feel bad for both ladies, because it is awkward for both Issa and Frida, but it is what it is. And Issa just need to quit that job and drive for Lyft full time. Speaking of Lyft, Issa going and picking Molly up. Now let me tell y'all something. I am a habitual Lyft and Uber rider. That is how I get around. And I'm gonna tell you something. I had one Uber driver pick me up about 2 years ago. She had her boyfriend in the front seat, and I like to lost my damn mind. To Issa and every other Lyft driver out there, I don't know where the hell you got your training from, but do not come fucking pick me up with somebody else in the goddamn car. Girl, the whole time I was in the car, I was sitting there thinking, like, is these motherfuckers gonna jump me, or are they gonna rob me? It is awkward, okay? It already took me a whole year to wrap my brain around getting in the car of somebody's personal vehicle. Now you got your homegirl in the car and you calling it party Lyft? No, God, honey, the only party I want to be having is a body party with Nathan from How to Get Away with Murder in the back of that goddamn car. Yes, bitch. My body is your body. Baby, I don't know why my Kiki's so goddamn hot. It must be all that brunch liquor, and then drove, flubbered up, and brrrr on Molly Puss on that counter just got me. And they opened up with Daniel financing that Jack Rabbit stroke. That's how you know Daniel ain't like that girl. He was giving her that Jack Rabbit stroke. He wasn't giving her that, let me go deep, deep, deep. You know, that you can do it, put your back into a stroke. That's not what he was giving. But these days, honey, I take whatever I could get, as long as it ain't somebody else's husband, including my neighbors. Nevertheless, that shit was cute. Y'all saw the little boy from How to Get Away with Murder. I follow him on Instagram. I can't think of his name right now. He does a lot of good activist work in the community, and I love everything about his little fun-sized, petite, cute ass. And moreover, what really impressed me was the fact that, and I know this is gonna sound so stereotypical and ignorant, but that his pretty boy, baby Kappa looking ass was able to exude so much masculinity and low-key thug appeal. I was like, damn, it's a whole lot of nigga coming off that little boy over there in that corner. Like, that shit was kind of, I ain't gonna lie, girl, it got to activate in me. I was like, you know, here go this Kiki again, getting hot. Kiki, calm down. Simmer, girl, simmer. Nevertheless, I love that. I love the little flirtation between him and Issa, and quiet as it's kept, I was hoping somewhere along the way him and Issa was going to get out at the taco place and let Molly ass out, and then he was going to be one of the love interests and the recurring character on the damn show. It's only episode 1. I ain't going to count him out. Hopefully Issa get his ass again in the Uber. But bitch, his coins might be a little funny because he did lift line and had to get another driver on the line and in the car. And when that big boy got in the car, bitch, and started critiquing them Capri Suns, I fell the fuck out. First of all, anybody over the age of 21 know a Capri Sun at this age ain't nothing but a mechanism to make you upset, because they do not put enough juice in them motherfuckers. And I guess that's why he asked her for 2. Then he got the critique in the flavor. I fell the hell out. First of all, I didn't even know the name of that flavor, because back when my mama was putting them in my lunch boxes, it was fruit punch, cherry, strawberry, mountain cooler. I can't even. believe I remember Mountain Cooler, and it was like one other one. And they wasn't clear in the back. Quiet as it's kept, honey. We didn't know what the damn color of the Capri Sun was we was drinking. Nevertheless, we was drinking it out that pouch, girl. Let me find out all these years later, we probably was drinking a bag full of cancer or aluminum, a whole bunch of other shit we don't need. But hey, that's the Capri Suns. That shit was funny. But what was even funnier is when he went to roll that blunt, and Molly was like, hey, Issa, you got a situation. And Issa was like, oh, no, excuse me, sir. No, you don't need to do that. He was like, nah, y'all good. You good. Bitch, I fell out because niggas will do shit like that and corral your ass into seeing things their way with their response. Like, the proper thing for his ass to do would have been to put that damn blunt out and be like, my bad, man. He was like, oh, nah, y'all good, as if she was worried about inconveniencing him. Then, y'all, the funniest of all funnies worked out. The little cute boy in the back, Nathan, took the damn blunt, threw it out the damn window, and they got to fighting in the back seat. Issa, old awkward dumbass Molly, was like, girl, do something. And Issa was like, I don't know what to do. Pull the car over, girl. Pull the car over. And instead, you start driving fast and all in the middle of the damn street until your mind finally said, stop right here. That shit was funny. But quiet as it's kept, that's how that shit go down in real life when you be driving and then some shit be going on. You be panicking and your first instinct be like, continue driving and keep this car going straight, when in all actuality, what the fuck you needed to do was pull over. They pulled that car over and Small Fry took off running. Then Molly talking about, hey, you good? He was like, oh, my eye. Nah, he not good. That shit was funny as hell. Now, how the fuck Big Boy managed to let that little nigga whoop his ass in the back of that goddamn car? I do not know. But that shit was hilarious. Shouts out to that. Like I said, I was hoping Issa would have got that number and they would have dated. Moving forward, Issa and Daniel start having a conversation again. Back at the house, I forgot how the scene opened up, but in my notes, I wrote, Issa around here fucking niggas' lives up. So, she is. Like, Issa, you around here fucking niggas' lives up. On some real shit, I love when Daniel said to her, on some straight up shit, of all the places you could have stayed, why did you choose to come stay here? Then Issa got the pussy peddling and backpedaling and pussy popping. She had marbles in her mouth, fumbling and dumbling at the same damn time. And he asked her a real question. Why did you choose to come stay here? And then, when he finally was able to beat her over the head and get an answer out of her, she was like, because I knew you would be here for me. That shit confused the shit out of me, because he is not your boyfriend and he is not your man. And it came across as if Issa wants the security of a man without any of the other attachments of having a man. And I just think it's unfair that you got your ass round Daniel's house forcing him to be your emotional boyfriend. Like, that shit is fucked up, and you confused, and you only fucking up your life and you fucking up Daniel's life at the same damn time. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't understand why Issa and so many other people put the responsibility of their feelings in other people's hands. When Issa said to Daniel, Daniel, but you know what you're doing. You're hunching girls in front of me, and you know me and you got history. So it ain't Daniel's job to protect your feelings, in my opinion. And again, I think that's more of forcing him to be your emotional boyfriend without the title. You at his house, and yeah, Daniel could be doing that shit on purpose to be petty and he's hurt. But the thing about it is, Issa, why subject yourself to that? Like, take your ass round Molly house. I'm just not understanding. And that's why I said Issa around here fucking up niggas' lives. Like, she over here confusing the fuck out of Daniel, over there emotionally playing house. and you over there saying that you're friends and it's platonic and you're only crashing, but you have a certain level of expectation about how he's supposed to conduct his personal life. I just don't think it's fair. And yeah, I know that this shit sounds very simple and they got history, and emotionally there's a lot of entanglement and it could be far more complicated, but it would be far less complicated if she just take her ass round Molly house. Okay, Dro letting himself in Molly house. Dro, I got a question for you. Where the fuck is your wife? You know what I'm saying? It's like, girl, I know you in an open relationship, but your ass spending too much time around Molly house, and maybe that's what's causing Molly a level of confusion as well, because it's like, we around here doing boyfriend things. Well, I guess Dro is or was Molly boyfriend, right? Had they agreed on them being boyfriend and girlfriend, or they're just like friends having casual sex? Nevertheless, Molly is confused because it's like, you are over here conducting yourself like my boyfriend, and I'm giving you all my girlfriend-esque moves, qualities, and backstrokes, and it's getting nothing for it. And nigga, I need my key. And you know, the thing about it is, some people will argue that Dro is being selfish, and I don't think Dro is being selfish at all. I think Dro has a firm handle on what it is that's going on, and Molly doesn't. And not only does she not, she's not cut out for it. Like, everybody's not cut out for them three-way love affairs. And like I said earlier in this video, Dro, give her back the key, and I think y'all need to stop fucking along. But Molly, girl, you in danger. Leave that nigga alone. The very end of the episode, Issa is on the damn sofa looking at that Martin reboot with Bill Bellamy, Erica Alexander, and Ron from Different World. Daryl Bell. Shouts out to all those 90s figures. It was awesome seeing y'all. I hope that y'all are recurring throughout the situation. Issa employing the previous actors. Thank you, Issa, for that, because you know 90s actors need love too, and they need a coin just like you getting a coin over there, bitch. The doll needs a coin too. Between Issa Rae and Pose now, bitch. Next season I need to be on somebody damn TV. Hello, somebody. That was a shameless plug. I can act. Call my agent in Beverly Hills, Tracy Christian from TCAG at Root. That was a shameless plug. Nevertheless, Nathan leaving Issa that $50 tip, my eyes got big, because I was like, okay, that was the right thing to do. It was the gentleman thing to do. And hopefully, I was hoping that would have opened some sort of can of worms and him and Issa can connect. I'm still holding out for that. I guess Daniel exercised some kind of decency about himself when he left Issa the apartment. Instead of bringing the girl around there to fuck, he basically let you know, Issa, I'm still finna go fuck. And I'm finna fuck all night long like Lionel Richie. All night long, all night, all night, all night, all night. See, I be going back to Miss Jan. Kim Burrell was on tour with Leandria Johnson, so I had to go to Miss Jan a couple times, and she got me right. All night long, all night, all night. You see, Miss Jan teach me control. Kim Burrell teach me how to do runs. Nevertheless, you know, Issa, you just so goddamn ass backwards, because here it is. This man done left you this whole apartment while he finna go fuck all night long, all night, all night. And then you gonna look at your goddamn phone and go out there and do Lyft, girl, work ain't honest, and apparently it ain't paying the bills. Bitch, me, that Martin reboot in my cover would have sat up there and had a real good time, and I would have went in Daniel's refrigerator and drunk up all his liquor and ate up all his Capri Suns and all his Rice Krispie treats and his damn Pringles. We would have had a good damn time. Y'all, Insecure got it going on. I said this in the past and I'm gonna say it again. I thank Issa Rae and everybody involved with this project so much, because being a young 30-something, I think this is the only show on television right now that really captures what the fuck it is we are going through presently, especially black 30-somethings. Issa does an excellent job. Like, I can find parallels between all the characters and people in my life, and where they are is where I am and people my age bracket are, and I'm just loving it. So shouts out to you for that. I imagine this is what it felt like when Living Single came out and people were in their like mid-20s back in the 90s. My ass was in goddamn high school and late middle school. Nevertheless, Insecure is officially part of the Funky Bunch, and so are you. All of you guys who are out there new, you want to be a part of the Funky Bunch, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell button. That way you get a notification every time I call. And that's a girl, I'm finna get in here and upload this video that call you about them Real Housewives of Patanka reunion part 1. And I'll call you back, girl. Bye.